And we're live.
Oh, Wooga.
I am just waiting about 10 seconds to see if someone has to use the bathroom. Because apparently the countdown before I start recording. Motherfucker!
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'll just.
Hold on, I gotta go.
Today's game is canceled.
Okay.
All characters are dead.
It was an emergency, okay? You have emergencies.
It was an emergency.
If you gotta go, you gotta go.
As always, I am your DM, Connor Man. With me is Ethan, Vinn, Finn, Sophie, and unfortunately, no Finn today. We do have.
Miss you, Finn.
Yeah, Finn is watching a Cubs game, which I believe is baseball. Could also be hockey. It could be basketball. It could be many things. I didn't bother to Google it.
It's sportsful, you know.
I sang the national anthem at a hockey game once.
What?
Oh, that's.
I sang the national anthem at a hockey game.
Is that a cool thing to do? Or
Yeah. I sang in front of an entire stadium of people.
by yourself?
Yeah.
No, it was with my choir.
My little brother.
Oh, okay.
My little brother Logan. He has Down syndrome. I've told you guys about Logan before, and we have this thing that my dad and some friends started called Challenger Baseball, which is basically like a baseball league for people who have disabilities, and and they'll do games every year and all that. But every time they sing the national anthem, they'll bring someone out to sing the national anthem. My little brother, for some reason, has the almost supernatural ability to belch audibly whenever there's that long pause after Land of the Free. So, like, the singer will be like, Land of the Free, and there will be like a 5-second pause, and somewhere in the crowd, everybody can hear a
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
I don't know what's worse, the fact that happened, or that sounded like you were vomiting.
It did something you were vomiting a little.
Yeah.
Okay, so without any further ado, shall we get playing some more D&D?
Yes.
All right.
Why not?
So
Why not?
last
We're all
game-
here.
So yeah, we're not all here. We miss you, Finn. We do. We'll miss not.
Yeah.
So if you guys remember last game, you guys bunkered down.
No, I completely forgot last game. It's just gone from my mind.
Motherfucker. Anyway, you guys. Anyway, you guys bunkered down for the night at the Free Bottom Farming Estate. They so graciously let you use some of their land for both hunting and for camping, as you made your way to the town of Trostenwald, which is your next stop on the way down the coast. But also during that particular night, some of you began to awaken very strange abilities, very odd abilities indeed. For some of you, that happened very naturally. For some of you, very unnaturally. But the only thing that's constant about this entire group is that you guys are changing and becoming a bit stronger.
Just a tiny bit, though.
Just a bit. A level, perhaps. I don't know.
Who
Whatever
knows
that
in
is.
this game of life?
But if you guys remember, where we left off immediately last time was Dhuur'in was making his way out of the tent, and Fenkin and Gesh and Borgub were already awake as well. And I believe Ozla is still asleep. But Dhuur'in, as you make your way out of the tent, you see Fenkin kind of like angrily storming around the campsite as Borgub kind of cleans up.
I'm holding my book like this, like away from me.
All right.
Because he spoke to me again. I don't like this. And I'll kind of sit down next to the campfire, put the book down on the ground.
All right. The fire at this point has gone out. It's just kind of like white-gray embers at this point. And you'll notice that today's weather it hasn't been. It's been kind of like particularly sunshiny throughout the week that you guys have been traveling, but today it seems very gray, cloudy, and overcast. So yeah, it's very kind of nippy and chilly this particular morning. And as you sit down, Dhuur'in, Borgub kind of gives you a happy wave as he removes the pittance from the ground to get the horses in order. But Fenkin still, of course, seems a little upset about something.
What's wrong with you?
Perhaps sexually frustrated. We don't know, but
Probably.
He is swearing and insulting someone in Elvish, so Dhuur'in is probably very much aware of what he is saying, and it's very gruesome, very horrible.
In Elvish, I say, what's your problem?
He replies, still in Elvish, just because he's still caught up, like, in the whole rambling. And instead of actually answering the question, he's just like, that fucking idiot!
Who?
And just points towards where Gesh is, like, mowing down another tree with his bare hands.
Gesh?
He's a fucking moron!
Why?
He just is!
No.
Listen, he's all sweet and kind to you and whatever, but he isn't that nice in real life.
It's not real?
You think he's sweet and kind like that all the time? Boy, you are blind.
This entire time, Borgub and Princess, who don't understand Elvish, have just been kind of like back and forth.
Fenkin is being very loud. I don't know how far away Gesh is, but he might be able to hear. But not.
I don't think he is sweet and kind. I think he's purposeful and serious.
What do you mean?
I think that he is protective and broken.
Ethan's face.
I think you are misunderstanding.
He huffs a bit, shakes his head, kicks a rock, and says, well, aren't we all a little broken?
Yes.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Something happened to him. I don't know. He grew some weird body part. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to remember. It was disgusting.
Not weird.
He was gonna punch me with his weird freaking lightning appendixes.
Oh, I did not think that you were talking about arms.
What did you think I was talking about?
Nothing.
Blinks twice in confusion, like blink, blink. Anyway, he is a rude bastard, a brute, and fight-loving scumbag.
I think you should try to see better things.
What did you say? You cut out a bit.
Yeah.
I think you should try to see better things in people.
Well, I would if they weren't so obnoxious.
That is because you are looking for it.
Looking for it? What? I'm not. Are you saying I'm picking a fight? I'm not picking a fight!
Borgub has a
you
biscuit
are.
that he's been picking at, and he takes off a piece to hand to, like, Princess, who's also just watching.
You are picking a fight with me.
When have I picked a fight with you?
Why are you yelling?
Yay!
It's just something about Dhuur'in sitting on a bench, just, like, holding his book, like, why are you yelling? Ozla, it's at this time that your Fenkin senses kind of, like, go haywire, and you awaken from a restful sleep, or as restful as sleep can be after you've been struck by a bolt of lightning, like point blank. But as you awaken, you find that you are the only person in the tent, and all the beds have kind of been rolled up and put away, and everything's kind of been put back in order. But as you count the packs, the backpacks and things, you find that one is missing.
Right. Okay.
And it's at this point you hear shouting outside, Elvish shouting. One raspy, one twinkish.
A twinkish?
Very high-pitched voice.
You are yelling.
I am not yelling!
Lower your voice.
I don't need to... I wouldn't be yelling if you would actually listen to me.
I am listening.
Well, you're not. You're arguing with me.
No, I'm not.
You know what? I should have known better than to talk about this with you, of all people.
What's that?
What does that mean?
That's what he says. What does that mean?
That means that you're very not confrontational. You're always the, oh, but I have no one but you.
It is the truth.
So?
No.
You think we're just gonna be one happy big family? Is that what you think?
No. But I think I'm better off with all of you than alone in a cave in the woods.
How could you possibly believe that?
I am alive and well fed.
That has nothing to do with us. That has to do with you. He just falls silent a little bit, giving Ozla a chance to exit the tent if she would like to.
I'm trying to get in there and you two are going off! Oh, it's beautiful. I want to say that Ozla, she's blurry-eyed and she understands, like, immediately.
Does she know Elvish?
Does she know Elvish? I don't know if Fenn would have taught her. I don't know how much she would have heard.
He recognizes the most basic of insults that he has been yelling.
She hears one word and she's like, oh. But she immediately recognizes that one of the packs is gone, and when she hears the voice outside, she knows that Fenn is definitely out there. Dhuur'in obviously as well, but she doesn't know who else is. So she sort of like pops her head out, like just like peering around, and then she sort of like stares down and lets them keep going for a second, and she goes, are you two done? 'Cause Nox is gone.
And what?
Her sleeping bag's gone?
It's at this point.
And then
it's at this point that Gesh comes back from his tree felling, robe kind of thrown over his shoulder, glistening scales and rippling muscles, wet with sweat and morning dew.
How dare you?
I look.
Fenkin just like immediately looks away. He's like, I am not looking. I am not looking.
I am looking.
I am looking respectfully and disrespectfully.
I am looking very disrespectfully.
Dhuur'in's like holding his staff, and it suddenly like cracks and breaks in his hand.
I don't need it anymore. The black dark shard amulet is a spell focus.
Yeah, she still got her head out, and she's like, did she pass you guys on the way? Like, is she going for like a morning cat bath, or?
I don't.
Fenkin's still looking away, saying, hey, Lizard, have you seen her?
Who are we talking about exactly?
Nox?
Nox? You know Nox.
She's
She has an eye patch.
You know,
yes, I do know Nog. I didn't know who you were talking about. No, I have not seen her.
Do you think she's gone into the woods of the farmhouse or something?
Maybe.
Excuse me, if I can interrupt. You guys kind of see Borgub is holding the leashes of all the horses, and you notice there's one less horse than there should be. And he says, I did a count, not including the donkey, but Mrs. Knox's horse isn't here either.
She left.
Oh. Great. She's gone. Wonderful.
Did you see her go, or?
No, I woke up only about an hour ago.
Okay, we're in the shits. We kind of need her.
Fenkin's just like, oh, thank God she gave me my money back.
Do we know where she could have gone? Like, where? Oh, do you think she went to go fuck that prostitute again?
Judge language!
Well, it's the truth! But do you think, though? Do you think they have, like, a little secret?
That's the best case. That's the best case.
Borgub leans over to Gesh. What's a prostitute?
You're not old enough, sure.
He blinks. I'm 23. Okay.
She might have actually gone to go fuck. Should we let her go? Should we go after her? I don't know what we do now. She makes the decisions.
Why would she leave without telling us anything? Why wouldn't she just... I think maybe she left for good.
Did she leave a note?
And I go back into the tent and I start looking.
Okay. Is anybody else going into the tent?
I'm already in there, so his shoulders past me. I'm like, okay.
I like crawl over Ozla and get in the tent.
All right. So Ozla and Dhuur'in, I would like you to make me an investigation check.
Oh my
Guess
god.
I'm using my big D20.
Yay, big D20.
Yay, the big bird.
The big D20. 20.
Well, I'm not doing it. I got a 4.
9!
You're coming off.
We're so good at this game, guys.
Okay, fair.
We're
So
so
roll.
good. It's
I followed off.
So the once very well organized and clean tent is now completely ransacked as you guys search for upwards of half an hour for any hide nor hair of Opportunity Knox, your companion, and probably the leader of this little group. Unfortunately, you're not able to find anything until Dhuur'in. You kind of look at the center pole of the tent that kind of holds the whole thing up. The one that kind of like the wooden table that I've been talking about this entire time. It's a circular table that's kind of like built around this pole, and that's you look towards this pole and you see that there seems to be a small slip of paper with a dagger buried into it.
Everywhere but there.
wow.
Pull the dagger out. Got the note.
It was a check at 10, but you guys...
I love as soon as Nox is gone, the dice rolls just plummet. We're fucking useless as soon as Nox is gone.
Alright, I have sent you what the
really
message reads in the common language, which unfortunately you can't read, but with the ability granted to you by your patron's power, you watch as the words begin to mingle and change on the page to something that is a bit more legible for you, and it reads.
I say in Undercommon.
You bitch.
Dear friends, you've probably noticed I've taken my leave a bit early this morning. Knowing you all, you've likely panicked and turned the entire tent upside down looking for me, not at all noticing this very obvious letter that I placed in plain view. In any case, there is no need for concern of any kind. I've ridden ahead to Trostenwald to secure us room and board for the coming days. That, and I have a bit of business to attend to. We'll find each other again once you meet at the town. Please try not to get yourself killed on the way there. Sincerely, Knock. P.S. Someone make sure to give that flea-bitten pest a good scrubbing before you arrive. We want to at least seem a bit presentable.
And then in common, I say,
She has gone ahead. She is fine.
Just out of like a morbid curiosity, can you give us like your best Nox impression?
I was literally about to ask that. Like, you have to do it in Nox's voice.
Dhuur'in's Nox impression or my Nox impression?
Yes.
Both.
Give it a go, Vinn. Come on, use those vocal cords.
You got this.
Lubricate. No, don't do that. Yeah! I don't know why I'm getting like excited.
Dear friend, you've probably noticed I've taken my leave a bit early this morning.
Because she does wear as if you have coin.
Deny.
Okay, we won't make you do anymore.
I read the whole thing in Undercommon, and then in Common I told them that she went ahead and she's fine.
After like a bit of silence, Ozla's just going to turn her head straight to Fenn and be like, "Is that what you mean? Did he say that?"
Nobody else knows Undercommon.
She's like, "He's an elf." No.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
As soon as Dhuur'in finishes, after like a beat of silence, Oz snaps her head to Fenkin. She's like, "Is that what she said?"
How would I know?
I hold out the note to
You're
Fenkin.
an elf. He's fucking elf.
I don't speak Undercommon.
What's uncommon?
Oh, and she wants us to bathe dinner.
Wait,
The dinner? What dinner?
I point at Princess.
Oh, that dinner. I imagine whenever Dhuur'in calls Princess dinner, Lila should be like, food?
no.
Hello, by the way.
Upon hearing this, Princess kind of cocks his head, not realizing Nilo is like sauntering up behind him, and before Princess can react, a huge paw swipes him under, and a big pink tongue just starts to like. And you
Princess,
look.
save the throw.
What?
Who did you want to repeat themselves?
I didn't.
You am.
No, oh look, he's being bathed. Problem solved.
Meanwhile, Princess is just like.
Oh god.
But yes, it would seem that your companion Opportunity Knox, the Tabaxi Bard, has departed for Trostenwald a bit early to secure room and board for everybody. Possibly to make things a bit easier, and possibly for some ulterior motives. Who knows with the Tabaxi? Bunch of thieving little bastards. But
Wow.
Racism.
Okay.
Fantasy racism!
Can you imagine two guards like talking to each other like, I met me fiance's father the other day, and he said something about somebody tabaxiing him out of his money, and that would just seem like a red flag to me. So,
Okay.
but yeah.
Okay, everyone. We need to cancel Connor on Twitter. Okay. So get on that.
All right. But yeah. So as it stands, it seems like you can continue to Trostenwald as normal, and she'll meet you guys there. So are you guys going to go ahead and get the rest of camp picked up and cleaned up?
What about breakfast? Breakfast?
Yeah, did
Borga was making breakfast.
Okay, I thought we weren't having breakfast. I was about to riot.
He's being bathed by Nilo.
Borga.
Oh,
No!
I thought. mixed
my.
up like dinner and breakfast in my head for a second. I was like, princess named breakfast being washed by Nilo. Yeah. Anyway, Nilo, Borgub did put something on the pot for breakfast. It was like a nice little breakfast stew with a few biscuits on the side. Where'd Ethan go?
Oh, and probably knocked out for.
Okay, he's back. So, after a short breakfast provided by Borgub, and after getting the dishes and things washed up in the creek where Fenkin met Nilo, you guys are eventually able to get the rest of camp all picked up and put away. The pop-up tent being put back into its mahogany case. Is there something you wanted to say, Vinn?
I was popping up the tent and putting it in the case.
Oh,
I'll hold on to it.
I thought you were raising your hand like that one guy in high school who was just like, actually. Anyway,
Here?
in high school.
What?
Oh, there you
What's
are.
going on?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who's dead? Alive? Is anyone?
What?
Well, while you were gone, Dhuur'in died. So I have to roll.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh, no character. It's Dhuur'in +2.
Oh no, it's gonna be Revik.
Okay. Okay, I can get behind that. Literally and figuratively.
So
I knew you were gonna make that joke.
So in any case, you guys get camp all packed up, and hopefully, with the hope of seeing Nox soon, you decide to get back up onto the road and onto your horses. Again, there's, well, not for Fenkin. Fenkin's probably riding Nilo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So who's Borgub riding with?
He can ride with me.
I was gonna say Oz is on the pony. I don't think you take both of them. It just starts sagging in the middle like a sad little.
So,
That's what Gesh did when both Gesh and Fenkin.
So as you guys kind of get mounted up, Borgub kind of makes his way over to Gesh's horse, like thinking the same thing, that he's going to get up, and then realizes, basically he's too short to get up.
Gesh just leans down.
I was thinking to be a meanie.
So he can.
I'm sorry.
Use his tail to get him.
Say it again, Ethan. Ethan? Hello?
Yeah, he leans over and puts his hand down so he can pull Borgub up.
Okay.
I want Fenkin to be a meanie and like yell from Nyla, but you can ride with me and Nyla if you want to, knowing that he does not want to.
He's about to turn and answer you, Fenkin, before suddenly he's picked up by Gesh and planted on top of Dhuur'in's horse, kind of like situated in front of Dhuur'in, like a child almost. But he kind of nervously nods in thanks to you, Gesh. And with that, you guys are able to set off down the road as the colder morning kind of gives way, and you kind of. Oh, I forgot to mention, as you guys were packing up, the Free Bottoms didn't come to visit you. In fact, if any of you have been watching The Farmhouse, it's just been like a peek through the blinds every now and then and a quick shut. Likely due to the donkey massacre that Mr. Freebottom had witnessed the night before.
Right.
And screaming all night.
And what all night?
Oh yeah, there's that too. All the screaming as well. Yeah.
You said screaming. I thought you said and the breeding, and I was like, what's happening?
Well, you see, Ethan and I were talking.
No.
You gotta stop fucking
the
with people
screaming.
around.
No. Anyway.
The terrible nightmare screaming.
So as I said, it's very cloudy and overcast as you guys make your way down the road. And it only gets colder and colder as the hours pass in the morning. And eventually, one of you feels a little plop on your cheek. And then another. And then
a little what?
A little plop, a little drop.
Plop? Oh, I thought you said fuck.
No.
Okay. Okay, good.
Anyway,
that would have been weird.
It's one drop, followed by another, and then another. It begins to spit very cold rain, and then a little more rain, and then quite a lot of rain, to the point where it's almost difficult to see about 20 feet ahead of you guys on the horses. And while the rain does eventually peter out into something a bit more normal, you are unfortunately soaked to the bone and very chilly, and everybody needs to make a Constitution saving throw really quick for me.
Shit.
Where the fuck is my dice?
I'm not using my big dice this time.
So that's a Constitution saving throw.
That is a Constitution saving throw, yes.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
19.
18.
12.
What did you get, Is Fenkin okay? Is he dying?
Okay! So...
Wow.
Good night, sweet prince.
So everybody except... everybody's fine except Fenkin. Fenkin, unfortunately, after about 3 hours of riding, you feel a tickle in the back of your throat, and you also feel a sneeze. And when you sneeze and try to sniff back, you also realize that where you could kind of smell the rain on the soil before, you can't really anymore, because you have contracted a cold. And so what that means is, give me a roll 1d4 for me, would you?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
How much health do you...
For the next 4 days, you will have disadvantage on perception checks and dexterity saving throws.
Wow.
Dexterity. Which one? I have to write this down. Dexterity and
Perception.
Perception checks and dexterity saving throws.
Oh, Fen.
Shit. See, this is what happens when you get into an argument with Gesh, These are consequences,
don't shake me.
I'm fine. I'm used to this.
He's a little... He's not used to the bad with that.
And Dhuur'in, as you're riding along, Borgub, as the water lands on Borgub, you look down and you see that his bald green head is very shiny in the rain, and you can almost see your own face in the reflection in the mirror-like sheen.
I take one of my inner robes that didn't get as wet, and I
He'll look up everything okay?
You are wet.
Well, I think we all are a little bit.
You're right, Fen.
What?
Never mind.
You can have little cat sneezes. It's like...
My sneezes? Yeah, I literally sneeze like that. I go... when I sneeze, and I imagine it's the same.
It's so funny to see.
And that's what Fenkin does now. So yeah, Ozla, you hear Fenkin sneezing in front of you, in the horse in front of you.
You're right, Fen. You got a little tickle.
I don't feel so good.
As in what way?
As in, I think I'm sick.
Oh, you have a cold again. Yeah, you weren't good when we...
Again?
I went rummaging around for some medicinal herb. Could I help him?
I will say once you're in a position to do so, yes, absolutely. Unfortunately, as of right now, you're on a horse and trying to keep a goblin from falling to his death, because that is a fatal height for him.
Well, I've got my arms on either side of him, and I'm holding the reins.
Ethan, don't give that look. People have fallen off horses and have never been able to walk again.
Yeah, from like speed, momentum, and stuff. Not like just falling off while it's walking. What?
Dude, that's the thing. That's the thing about bodies, man. Like, people have been thrown out of tornadoes and have been completely fine, and some people have like fallen in the bathroom and just fucking died on the spot.
I got thrown off of a horse and I landed on a fence and I was completely fine.
Oh my god! What?
When I came to, I was like lying in the sand, and like the fence pole was like right here, and I was like, oh boy.
Oh, that could have ended a lot worse.
I was crying.
Are you telling me you were almost Dracula'd?
Yeah, we almost.
I mean, I was crying for like a couple of hours, but then I went to a party that night, so I was fine.
Crazy. I don't care if I almost die. I'm gonna go drink some fucking tequila. Like,
yeah, great.
Oh my god.
That's the best time to go drink tequila.
Is the barbarian in real life?
I mean, who needs D&D when you can live like that?
Right. In any case, as you guys continue to ride in the rain, is there anything? I know we usually take this time to do like RP encounters. So is there anything you guys want to do or?
Borgup must be.
Fenkin is gonna clone.
What?
Keep going, Vinn.
I said Borgup must be so cold.
He's actually doing
surrounded by Dhuur'in.
And the ice.
The thing about that is, as you look down to check on Borgup every now and then, he seems to be doing like strangely well. Probably because of all the heavy leathers that he wears. But also now that you're like a bit closer to him, you feel that somehow he's radiating like a natural warmth. It's not like incredibly hot, but like hovering your hand over him is kind of like hovering your hand over an oven that's been turned off. You know?
I am. How pleasant.
I want Fen to like groan and like lay down a little bit over Milo to like rest, and he will mutter out, "I have been cursed by the Dragonborn."
What's Gesh been doing this entire time? Just shirt off, just in the rain, just like.
What? No, come on. No one is that ridiculous. No, of course he'd have all this stuff on at this point. Come on, can't be too silly here. I mean, we can, but I mean, I think it probably would have put some stuff on once it started raining.
His stuff in his hood.
Yeah.
I want to ask Borgup a question.
What's that?
Ooh.
I want to ask Borgup a question.
Ask away.
Very awkwardly, as we're riding together, I do notice how warm he is, and I find it so curious. So I kind of look down at his shiny little goblin head, and I look back up, and I...
You are a creature of faith. Yes.
Sorry? If you mean a cleric, then yes, I, of the Allhammer.
Of the Allhammer. Do you speak to your god?
Well, I do my prayers and my morning benedictions, yes. And I'll do some evening prayers, of course, and prayers before meals every now and then, but yes, I'd say so.
Does it speak back?
Come again?
Does it speak back to you?
The Allhammer?
Yes.
Well, well, I haven't had that experience yet. Does yours speak to you, Mr. Kolbavar?
In a way.
I see. Well, then you seem like you're a very blessed person. It would be amazing if I could hear the Allhammer's voice for myself.
I hope you do. And I hope it is war.
That was cute, but it also sounds like a very thinly veiled threat. I hope you hear the voice of your god.
I do. I hope it's a good experience for him.
All right. So about an hour passes, and then another hour passes, and then it's finally been about 5 hours for you guys riding along the road, and it's still raining, still pouring down, and luckily for you, there hasn't been a lot of traffic on the road. There's only been like the occasional deer or fox kind of darting across the road as you've gone. But it hasn't seemed like there's been any caravans or people on horseback. After all, you have to be crazy to be out in this weather. But
I think we have Dhuur'in.
fortunately, most of you are crazy, can't read, and are probably unstable in some way. So this is the perfect situation for you. But
In some way?
as you
How about in like 5 ways?
but as you ride along the winding road, eventually, one side of the field, the left side, gives way to what seems to be a huge mass of water, a massive lake that you can look across. And in the foggy haze, it almost looks like an ocean, but the distinct lack of a salty smell says otherwise. And as you see this about 10 minutes later, you also see what appears to be a bridge. Sort of a covered bridge that has kind of like a thatch roof that's situated over a small river that feeds into the lake itself. But as you get even closer, you see that this bridge is also attached to what appears to be several buildings, which you immediately recognize to be the town, at least one entrance to the town of Trostenwald. And upon your approach, the bridge itself becomes a bit clearer and clearer as the fog begins to coalesce around you, and eventually you're able to make out what appears to be a humanoid figure clad in metal plate and chain, standing directly under the bridge, under the bridge's mouth, safe, thankfully, from the rain, and standing next to a table. And I keep saying once you get closer, but that I'm not good at describing things on the spot. In any case, as you guys ride closer, Dhuur'in, you'll watch as Borgup reaches into his pocket, pulls out his hat of disguise, and gets that situated on, and is a halfling once more. And you're in the front, right, Dhuur'in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you and Borgup see that the man guarding the bridge, leaning on his spear, seems to be a man in about his middle ages. And he also seems to be, from what you can tell, a bit intoxicated as he's kind of like swaying back and forth. And if that wasn't enough of an indicator, there's also an empty bottle sitting on some papers on the table next to him. And once he spots your horses, you hear, "Oi, dismount, present passports."
Aye. And I look down at Borgup and I whisper, "Do you have a fake passport?"
"Aye, Bryce made me one."
Up here. Get down off the horse and I help Borgup down
Okay.
and shuffle for my passport.
He kind of like lazily sweeps his spear out. "And the rest of you, off the horses, bring out the passports. Don't go all fucking day."
Come on.
I am not on a horse. He says a little groggily because he's feverish. He's like, I'm not on a horse.
Yeah, Gesh gets down and he walks over and he goes, "Are you the only one out here?"
Well, it looks like I got a whole fucking regiment with me.
"No, you don't."
Well,
And then Gesh walks over, grabs him, and goes to throw him off the edge of the bridge.
Yes!
what?
You're a chaotic good monk.
No, chaotic neutral, actually.
Oh, he's a new.
Yes!
So, make a I don't know what to do.
And you guys say that Fenkin is the one who
because he's drunk.
Make a grapple check for me. Make a grapple attempt for me. You roll d20 plus your strength. Your
Right,
strength,
okay.
Your strength modifier, not your not like your strength, but your modifier.
Yeah, okay. Shit.
What did I tell you, Dhuur'in?
What?
I told you.
New book.
I have killed many in my time.
7.
7?
So, I don't think that's gonna work, is it?
Connor, we can hear you.
Hang on, I'm looking. Hang on, just give me a second.
The guard is surprisingly quick at evading Gesh's attempt. Just like
There it is.
We would do this every time.
Do you want the entire city of Trostenwald to hate us?
3.
Do you want
Well,
to
I
become
mean-
criminals?
Well, I mean, they won't. Technically, he already is a criminal, and 2, they won't. They won't know because he'll have washed away in the river and just been gone by the time
I
they
think
get
he
here.
just
So,
tripped because they see the bottle and they
Okay.
think he's drunk.
So Gesh,
yeah,
unfortunately, he rolled higher for you, than you. So what happens is you make your way over, and like you kind of like grab his tabard that kind of like sits on his breastplate, and you wrench up, thinking that it's gonna pick him up, but really all you do is you slip the tabard out of his belt, and he's still standing on the bridge, and he's just kind of like. Takes a while to buckle that, you fucker.
Just give him your passport. You have it for a reason.
Fine. And then he goes through his backpack, gets it out, and just waves it in front of this guy.
All right. As he takes everybody's passport, you see that he kind of like haphazardly tucks his tabard back into his belt and starts flipping through all the passports, giving an indignant belch at Gesh's before finally folding them up and handing them back. And he says, "Don't go causing any more fucking trouble, all right? I've had to deal with enough shit this morning between some fucking bandits and that fucking Tabaxi in the town square."
I know it!
We won't. And I whack Gesh on the arm.
I want to say Ozla stops. She's like, "Hang on a minute, mate. What happened with the what about the Tabaxi and the bandit?"
He kind of like blinks at Gesh, maybe thinking that Gesh had said something, and then he looks down like, "Oh fuck." As well, we have the occasional bandit attack every now and then, but about 4 o'clock this morning, we had what appeared to be a Tabaxi out at the morning market in the Hillwood district, and she was pocketing plenty of cheese for herself and not paying for it. And for that, she'll be spending a few weeks in the stockades at the Crownsguard.
The stockades.
The stockades, I mean, it's not really a stockade. It's just a jail cell, but you know.
Do you know where that is in the city?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be in the Hillwood district. You're going to walk all the way through the city up to the north.
All right, mate. Thanks. By the way, what are you drinking, and where can I get some?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
What are you drinking, and where can I get some?
Oh, I haven't been drinking a thing. I'm a guard on duty, you know? I can't be drinking.
Okay. Then your nice smelling water, where did you get it from?
I don't drink that shit.
Or you don't drink water? You know what? You have a nice day, mate. Thank you. Goodbye. And she just my sleep.
Yeah, you guys watch as this guard just nods off, leaning on his spear, kind of amazed that he's able to sleep standing up. And Borgub just kind of like, I mean, did we even need to show our passport? I don't even think he's going to remember that we're here.
That's a
We
good.
could always chuck him off the side.
No.
You have your anger issues.
Like hungry bastard.
I take Gesh's hand
Mm.
and I start walking with my horse.
Suddenly, the guard.
You're gonna walk all the way.
Suddenly, as you guys make your way onto the plank boards of the covered bridge, the guard wakes back up. Horses. You need to fucking. There's stables on the inside of the town. Just talk to Dhuur'in. She'll get your horses taken care of.
Thank you.
Right back to sleep.
And in
I'm
we
just
go.
climbing back onto
And-
Nylon because he is too tired to walk. He doesn't feel well.
Can I say that Ozla jogs up to the rest? And she goes, and she whispers it. We might have to do a jail escape. I
Most
think,
likely.
yeah, Nox is in a bit of trouble. She's been stealing cheese again.
As you guys are walking down the bridge. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Gesh. Sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay. As you guys pass the guard, Borgub kind of stops and like very gently like reaches his hands up and like kind of takes the breastplate in both hands and kind of guides him towards the chair at the table and just sort of pulls him down. And the guard's head slumps over and Borgub just kind of tries to like, but it slumps again. So he just takes the visor of the helmet and just pulls it down over his eyes. And then he runs back up to join you guys.
Mm.
So Miss Nox is in jail then?
Apparently so.
Wouldn't be the first time.
She's got.
Oh yes, we've all been in jail.
Mm.
Well, maybe we can go talk to the Crownsguard, see if we can get her out. I know there's I know there's bail jurisdictions in the Empire, so maybe we can pay her way out.
Maybe she can pay her well with all the cheese she stole.
And be nice.
I don't have much money.
I'm not nice, you know this.
We should. In any case.
You kind of cut out there, Sophie. What?
She said, I think we should just go check in any case.
Fine.
We'll go
get you
find
some
Rena.
medicine if you're cold.
Okay. So as you guys continue through the bridge is kind of like this long, dark, wet hallway into Trostenwald. But eventually, the wood gives away to cobblestone, kind of mossy cobblestone of the Loch district of Trostenwald. And I didn't read the hang on. I didn't actually read the introduction to Trostenwald. I should be doing that for all these towns, but I will just give that a quick read.
What is this place? Where are we?
Which one? Oh, here we go. Trostenwald is a rural borough of simple homes, competing breweries, and fishing huts that form a kidney-shaped layout wrapping around the western end of the Loch. Travelers from the south consider Trostenwald a simple and folksy welcome to the Empire. The city is broken into three main sections: the northward borders the northwest. I can't even talk. The northward borders the Winkest grain fields and houses that privately own breweries and other locals in the industries. The Lochward forms the eastern portion of the settlement, comprised of residential neighborhoods and lakeside fishing communities, and the southwest region is the Hillward, where the affluent and noble-blooded live in the guild halls, easily protected by the nearby Crownsguard barracks.
Yay!
So yeah, Trostenwald is kind of this fishing town that's bordered by this huge lake called the Loch. And no matter where you go in the city, you're able to see at least like a portion of the Loch as you make your way through, and especially where you are right now in the Lochward section, section of the city. as you step off of the bridge. And once you do get off the bridge, you see to your immediate left there seems to be some kind of like big wooden, sort of like an open barn almost, with a long covering overhead. And tending to what appears to be a llama, a white llama in one of the stables, is a young half-orc woman in a leather apron. And she turns to regard you and bows and says, "Hi, hello, welcome to Trostenwald. Will you be needing stables for your horses?"
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you Drina?
That's my name. Yes. Use of the stables is going to be about. Let me find my notes. Hang on. Where the fuck? Oh, there we go. Use of the stables is going to be 2 gold pieces a day per day per horse.
3 gold.
Oh my gosh.
I pull out my coin purse. I pull out my 3 gold and 2 copper. I look at Gesh.
Who's so late?
Yeah, Gesh gets out his coins. How much was it again?
2 gold per day.
2 gold pieces per horse per day.
Right.
How long will we be here?
Did we say how long we'd be? I think we're just passing through, so a day, maybe 2.
2 days at most?
2 days at most.
If it helps,
Are you okay?
if it helps, we can do a 1-day compensation for right now, and then when you come collect your horses whenever you're done in the city, we'll figure out the rest of the payment then.
Okay.
And I hand her 3 gold and 2 copper.
And then Gesh goes in and takes that away and gives it back to Dhuur'in.
Drina's just with her
And then
open
he-
palm. She watches as Dhuur'in puts 2 in, and then Gesh suddenly grabs them, and she's just.
Yeah, so Gesh. So it's so there's
Well, we have.
That'd be 8 gold piece. That'd be
There's 3.
would Nilo also be that in there? Or?
I think Nilo's gonna.
No, Milo will not be in the stables.
Right. Okay. Right. So it would be.
it'd be 8 gold pieces for you and Dirk. It's 2 nights. It's 4 each.
Right.
Well, we can pay day 1 and
Yeah.
then come back and pay the rest.
So if we do like some shit while we're there, maybe list some
So
houses or something else.
So you're
Yeah,
stabling.
but no, it's 2 gold pieces. It's 2 gold pieces. So, but there's
2
there's
per
3
horse
horses.
per day.
2 per horse per day. And there's 3 of 3 horses. So it would be 6 for all of them.
You have
For 1
fought-
day.
You have fought
For one day,
undead.
if we're staying another day.
You have fought undead
Why don't we
aberrations.
just go
You
fast?
fought cosmic abominations,
Hmm.
and yet multiplication seems to be like the demise of the shepherds.
You can't do reverse addition, Connor.
It's so funny because you're 3 people.
Yeah.
Like,
So it
two
would be
horses.
6 though, wouldn't it? Because it's
It's
2,
6,
2,
6
2,
for
and
right
2.
now.
So yeah.
and then we'll come back and pay the rest later. So give the lady 6 gold.
Yes. Yeah, so Gesh gets out 6 gold and gives it to him.
I'm gonna have to replay this over and over later. It's so funny.
Drina takes the golden nod and says, "All right, I'll see that they're fed and brushed. Do they have any special needs at all, or?"
I pet my horse's face and I say, "This one's name is Dhuur'in."
Meanwhile, Vudinvar is like flinching at your every touch, just. Vudinvar, okay. I'll see to it then. Enjoy your time in Trostenwald. And with that, Drina takes all
Wait,
the.
no, just
what?
do you happen to know where the Crownsguard is situated in the city at all? You know?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I'm an idiot then. I just
Yes, you'll be looking for the Crownsguard stockade in the Northward district. It's going to be a big black building of stone. You can't miss it.
Okay.
And if you like, for an additional 2 copper, we do have a carriage ride that will take you all the way through the city to the Crownsguard district, if that's what you'd like.
No,
I saw your eyes. Oh my god.
we're fine. We can walk. He says pointedly at Fenkin.
I'm not walking. He's still laying on top of Milo, like,
So is that a no on the carriage ride, or?
That was a no.
Okay, so, all right. In that case, Adrena takes the horses back into the stable and gets them all locked in. And as you guys turn to leave for the northward district of Trostenwald, everybody make another Constitution saving throw.
Great.
Oh, Fenkin, you don't have to.
Oh. I got a better roll this time.
Is that a natural one?
Oh,
Dhuur'in's gonna get flattened by something.
wow. I got 14.
I got 19.
Borg got a
damn.
natural 20.
Great.
Oh, I just
Even better.
So, before I continue here, who has Princess with them right now?
Me?
Ozla.
So
Probably
at this point,
mostly.
Princess, who is usually very fluffy, is very kind of like rain-soaked and looking a bit more weaselly than a raccoon. In any case, though, Dhuur'in, as you guys begin your walk through the city, and as an hour of walking passes, you begin to develop symptoms of a cold. And you also need to roll 1d4.
Favoritism's gonna Gesh is gonna nurse Dhuur'in back to health. I can't believe the elves are sick.
And for 2 days, you will have disadvantage on perception checks and dexterity saving throws.
Wow.
Anyway,
Great.
as you guys walk through the town of Trostenwald, you can kind of tell. Again, it has the same kind of Bavarian design that most of the Empire has, but this seems a bit folksier, even in this kind of like drab, overcast weather. The buildings are very nice and well put together. Even some of the more squalid buildings seem like they would be nice places to live. And it's very much a fishing town. In fact, the Loch ward that you're walking through right now, it's mostly docks with not like sailing ships, but small fishing boats and trawlers kind of waiting to be pushed out into the water. And despite it being about 11 o'clock in the morning right now, strangely enough, there don't seem to be any ships on the water right now. And stranger still, all the dock workers and fishermen are just kind of like milling about, sitting on barrels. You can see that there's a pair of them using a barrel as a table as they play cards. But eventually, the Loch ward gives away to the northward district, and then finally the hillward district, leaving you at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon after you got of walking. You've been walking for about 2 hours now, and against
Yay.
where the houses in the Lochward district were nice. The houses here at the Northward district are very, very nice indeed. These are obviously the houses of very powerful noble families, likely the families who run the brewing companies here in Trostenwald. But standing out amongst them, kind of against the grain, is the large black rectangular building of the Crownsguard stockades, emblazoned with the banners of the Crownsguard themselves. And upon approach to the stockades, where the fuck are my? There we go. The front of the building has kind of like 2 double doors that are again flanked by the banners, and guarding those doors are a pair of Crownsguard. in kind of their red tabards and their burnished plate.
Okay. Sorry, I want to say hi.
Hi, Vinn.
So,
We
yeah.
go through the door.
Yeah, we walk up to them, and then Gesh goes, "We're here to see a Tabaxi."
The Crownsguard that you're talking to, another young human male who seems much more put together than the fellow at the bridge. He says, "Unfortunately, you can't visit any of the prisoners, but if you want to speak with the Watchmaster, he's right inside to the right."
Good.
And with that, he nods at the other Crownsguard, and they both reach in to grab the doors, and they kind of pull that open for you. And as this is happening, you guys kind of get the idea that this is a very well guarded, very well defended building. You look up and you see that on the parapets there's about 2 or 3 guardsmen kind of like patrolling the walls, armed with crossbows and spears and swords. But eventually the doors are open for you, and the Crownsguard kind of stand there with their spears and the handles of the door, and they say, "Go on in. Have a lovely morning, by the way."
Two.
Sorry. So have a lovely morning.
You as well. But as you guys make your way into the interior of the building, it's an open area with kind of like 2 central chairs for guards who are posted to watch the main gates. And the interior is made of the same material that the exterior is made of. It's a lot of like dark stone, dark flagstone. But following this particular lobby to the right, you make your way down to another small room that appears to be the Watchmaster's office, which the door of which is open, so you guys are able to like allow yourselves inside. And this room is a bit smaller than like an office usually is, and it's made more cramped by the fact that there's barrels and crates kind of like filled to the brim with what appear to be papers and confiscated weapons and evidence and things. But in the center of the room, sitting at a squarish desk, appears to be a dwarf with very umber brown skin and kind of like a classic dwarven beard that's kind of like a chestnut black in color. And you watch as he like scratches at a piece of paper with a quill. And he takes a long moment before he finally notices you, not ignoring you, but very clearly like set into his work. So he finally looks up and he says, "Oh, hi. What can I do for you?"
There's a Tabaxi in your care that is part of our group.
Oh, I see. So you're with the one-eyed woman then? So I'm assuming that you're here to pay her bail?
Maybe.
How much is bail?
Well, let me have a look. And he pulls over his paper, and as he does that, you see that there's kind of like a little wooden block on the table and etched into that is Watchmaster Drakk, spelled D-R-A-K-K. And he kind of unfurls this long piece of paper and he reads through it like, "All right. With damage incurred upon her escape, along with the stolen goods, that's going to be about 2,000 gold pieces."
How long is she going to be incarcerated?
Until either bail is paid or she dies.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Well,
Jeez!
well, we've tried all we can. I guess we just.
Hang on. Don't give up on her. She can change her ways. All just choose.
Yeah, sure. She can change her ways. We don't have 2,000 gold.
Guard said 6 days.
What?
Everybody started talking at once. I'm so sorry. Can we start over?
I thought the other guard said 6 days.
You mean Julian? Aye. And he probably forgot what he said by now.
Yes, he was drunk.
That sounds like Julian. In any case, I don't abide well by food being stolen from my people. So either pay the bail, or she stays here.
But it was cheese, mate!
It was the cheese of the Trostenwald people. And again, I don't take kindly to outsiders coming into my town and stealing from my people.
But you can make more
Fenkin.
cheese!
Delirious Fenkin sort of mumbles to Nilo. Nilo, are you hungry?
Oh, no, we will come back with money.
You're hungry, aren't you?
It was cheese and she fought bandits for you. She helped you.
I didn't hear anything about bandits. But
I'm drunk.
But there may be another way that you can get your friend out.
Right.
He kind of looks around, looks to the right, looks to the left. Then he looks at Ozla. Little one, close the door. And he gets off his desk and goes over to like the drapes of his windows and pulls them closed.
Oh.
And once he does that, he kind of comes back over to his table and just kind of leans on it. And he says, "How about we make a deal? A bit under the table. Not how I like to do things, but I help you.
I'm sure.
I help you. You help me. We all go away happy. And I have to do less paperwork processing your cheese-stealing friend."
Yes, justify it all you like. But get on with whatever this is.
Very well. If you're looking for her release, then I have a little task for you. You've probably noticed that our fishermen aren't exactly in a working mood.
We hadn't noticed. We didn't care.
I noticed.
Well, you're better than the rest of us, so...
All right.
Stop flirting. Let's listen.
I'm listening.
Before I continue, are you any good at sailing? Monster hunting? Either of the two?
I've been on a boat.
I know how to swab a deck.
I have never been in the sea in my life.
Drac brings his hand up and just rubs his eyes, just like, we're all gonna fucking die. Anyway, there have been reports coming out of the Loch, and I could certainly use somebody to go and do a bit of, I suppose you'd call it wildlife cleanup. Started about, I want to say, a month ago. Some crazy bastard came out of the loch on his fishing trip. Swears up and down he saw some kind of serpent in the water. Of course, the man was about 96, losing his mind. And I thought nothing of it. Didn't even bother sending the Crownsguard down there to check it out. I mean, things coming out of the loch all the time. That said, that's when more reports came in. We started losing entire nets of fish. And then we started losing harpoons that had been shot into the water. And then we started losing sailboats. So you can imagine that we're growing a bit concerned. And I'm a bit more concerned now, especially that nobody wants to go out into the water anymore. And the fish from the loch counts for much of the food here in Trostenwald. No fishing gets done, no people get fed. You see what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. Listen, I don't know what's in that water. I don't give a fuck what's in the water. But if you go in there, and if you kill something and bring it back on land and show everybody there's nothing to be afraid of, then we can get business back underway. And if you
will have to.
And you do that, and I'll let you sticky-headed friend out. Free to go.
You will have.
Sorry, go ahead.
You will have to provide us with a boat.
I'm sure there's somebody down at the docks who would be willing to help you out in that regard. If there's not, tell him it's an official order from Watchmaster Drag.
Can we get anything to say it's an official?
Oh, what was that, Sophie?
Can we get anything to say that it's an official? Like a little band.
You're cut out in the middle there, babe. I'm sorry.
Can we get anything to say that it's an official order? Like a badge?
I have a badge. And I pull out my Thief of the Card badge from the dad.
He blinks and he's just like, "Where the fuck did you?" Sure, I'll give you a ride up. Just give me a moment. And you watch as he pulls a paper aside and scratches something onto it with his quill. And he reaches over to kind of like an inkwell, picks up a stamp and gives it a good stamp. And he rolls it up and passes it over to you, Ozla. And he says, "Do it quietly, do it discreetly, or just get it done. At this point, I just need men on the water."
All right, we'll do it. But you promise that she'll come out safely?
Of course.
All right, watching you. And then she turns around and goes to sleep.
And then I leave.
My party now!
Yeah, Gesh goes. Just gone.
All right. So as you guys all turn to, so you guys are heading out to head back to the Loch district.
Mhm.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. I just had a brain fart. I apologize. So
It's okay.
Making your way out of the Crownsguard stockade building, you see that there are far more people like out and about in this part of the district, in this part of the city, than there are like anybody else. And that's probably because these are nobles going about their day and going about their business. Otherwise, it's just kind of like your the local commoners going about and selling their wares. There is passing by with a cart. There seems to be a young man selling what seems to be selling roasted sweet potatoes that kind of like steam up in the cold air. But with that, Constitution saving throw, everybody except the elves.
Oh my god.
He's determined to get everybody sick.
Yeah, you just want to get everyone sick.
Should
You
have gotten
bastard.
I was just gonna suggest, can we?
the carriage. Should have gotten the carriage.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, can we?
fuck you and fuck your capitalism, you American pig.
Can we like change clothes into something dry because we're still like wet
You have to have room for
and
board.
cold?
You want to change right in the middle of the road?
I mean, in desperate times.
But then your clothes would get wet either way. We have to get room for boards.
18.
Yeah, we're going to be going and getting on the water. Somebody's probably going to fall in. Don't even bother. It's just
No.
perception checks and dexterity saving throws.
And sick elves.
We'll be fine. Mana, what about your elf pride?
Elf. Not a man.
So Gesh got an 18. What'd you get, Ozla?
19.
19. Okay, you guys are fine. You guys are totally fine.
Ha! Never got us sick.
So it's about 2:00 when you guys finally make it back to the Loch Warden, to the Loch Ward section. And again, Trostenwald's a big enough place that it takes about an hour to get everywhere. But so I'm assuming you're heading down to the docks, unless there's like anything you want to do beforehand. But
Nope, we're getting right to it.
No, we're gonna go right to it.
Hey, how did Morgoth do on his Constitution save?
Yeah.
he got an 18.
He's on that.
Oh.
Oh, good.
You can't even get your own character sick.
Hey,
He's
I'm not
trying.
trying to get you guys sick. You guys are just walking around in the rain with no protection, no care.
No, you definitely are. Because we reject your capitalism, America.
It'll be more fun. It'll be more fun this way.
But with that in mind, so as you make your way down the steps, the wooden steps that lead down into the dock section of the Loch Ward, of the Loch Ward district, This is a kind of particularly squalid area of the town that just kind of stinks of fish and wet wood. There's coils of rope and barrels everywhere. But one of you feels perfectly at home in this particular section of the city. And as the rain sort of worsens, there doesn't seem to be anybody out there save for the occasional dock worker who's like rolling a barrel back and forth. That said, however, at the end of one of the docks, there does seem to be kind of like a solo figure staring out at the Loch and at the fog that kind of like drifts over it. He's wearing a very his back is turned to you, but you can tell he's wearing kind of like a tricorn cap and a very long gray duster coat of some kind. And from even from behind, you can see that he pulls a pipe away and blows out a bit of smoke.
Vinn, your prop. Vinn, your prop.
Vinn's in the campaign. You need a skinny human boy named Vinnifer. You ask him if you can go on his boat, and he says, "Okay, yes, you are a Dragonborn." He has a hurdy-gurdy. Oh no, he has a fucking cello, is that it?
Yes.
He is playing.
Well, I walk right up to him.
Okay. So, making you guys as you walk onto the dock, it's a very stable, well-built dock, well-built dock that doesn't. You can't even like feel the rock or the sway of the waves as they splash up against the poles that hold the whole thing together. And as you approach Dhuur'in, there's kind of like the creaking of wood underfoot, and the man hears this, and what you see is something akin to this. Well, hello! And how may I help you?
Do you have a boat?
Well, of course I have a boat. What kind of captain without a boat would I be?
A bad one.
Exactly.
Can we use it?
Sophie just left.
Yeah.
I need to pee. Should we take a pee break?
Okay,
Quick
yeah,
break.
fine.
Okay then. Well, yeah. And then that happens. Kids.
As soon as I introduce a new character, everybody just fucking...
Yeah, I think I'll just...
Crazy man. Oh, love the doc, crazy man.
Important plot point. I know exactly what to do.
He's back. Hi. And went to go pee. We're taking a break.
Sorry, my housemate. Her boyfriend came round, but she's not here to let him in, so I had to go downstairs and get him.
Oh.
Are you okay? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You know, I just poured my heart and soul into writing this adventure, and you can... She fucking... Oh, no. That's another girlfriend that left me.
Another?
I dated
It's
before.
okay,
So.
Connor. I'll be your girlfriend.
I knew.
Sorry. My internet cut out when that happened.
Oh, your internet cut out. Yeah.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
kind of glad, you know.
I made a joke.
It's good that you didn't hear what just happened. So anyway,
I made a joke about how this was like the second time a girlfriend left me.
It's not even there a second time. Shut the fuck up.
whoa,
Bitch, we're getting married. Shut up. I said that on video. If we break up, that's going to be really embarrassing for me in 10 years.
in 10 years specifically.
Was this a proposal?
Specifically 10 years.
Oh my god. Now that we have a break, I think it's time to talk about our sponsor.
Ethan, your time to shine.
I think it's time to talk about our sponsor, Raid Shadowland.
Joke.
No, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Joke.
Just like everything I say is a joke.
Dice Dogs, a podcast better than Joe Rogan, but then again, most things are, so.
True.
That's right, Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out. Fuck you. Fuck you and your anti-vaccine bullshit.
I bet you're vaccinated.
Yeah, honestly,
Everybody's
probably.
vaccinated for fucking polio. And what the hell else do you have to get vaccinated for in order to go to school?
Have you guys noticed that, by the way?
Yeah, measles, mumps, and rubella is the big one.
The MMA vaccine.
Yeah, that one.
I think it's MMR, because it's measles, mumps, and rubella.
Yeah, sure, whatever, you know. Did you go with your own girlfriend, that's fine. You want to keep doing this stuff like this, it's okay.
They're all
dig your own grave.
Putting a wedge between us, Connor.
Have you guys noticed that, though? That ever since COVID started, there's been, like, a weird group of, like, a weird subset of gym dude who gets, like, really upset when you, like, imply that they're vaccinated. As if, like,
I don't
like
talk to gym dudes.
And, like, as if it's, like, some kind of insult to, to think that a virus is tougher than you. I don't
Connor, baby. We're on here playing Dungeons and Dragons. You think we're going into the habitat of gym bros? We don't know that place.
I don't
know that place. We've never been to that place. Yeah, we haven't even talked to other human beings. We are actually all just figments of Vinn's imagination. So
It's true.
I use the gym occasionally here at SOU, and I was talking to some guy about vaccinations, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not getting vaccinated. I'm not a fucking pussy." And I'm just sitting there like, imagine thinking that you're tougher than a disease.
Sir, you were vaccinated. You were vaccinated as a child.
You had to be.
It's why you're here, and you didn't live past.
I remember
rain.
getting vaccinated as a child, and I also remember, for some reason, being held down and being stabbed in my shins with needles.
okay.
That will do it. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know why.
Are you sure that wasn't a nightmare, or?
No, I'm not afraid of needles. Clearly. I did this one myself.
Just a well-known fact, everybody. Vinn isn't Goku, so you can all stop asking.
Also, I know you're trying to show us something cool, Vinn, but like you haven't moved on my camera for like the past 5 minutes. So
Wow, that sucks.
You have to warn me when that happens, Connor.
It's really funny though.
I did this one myself.
Pull it!
Huh?
What?
What did you say?
So Sophie's frightened noises are my favorite thing.
You literally did that, and then it just came out. I was like, "Oh my god, he's lost like the middle of his nose."
It's a piercing.
Yeah, I thought like it was in 2 parts. I thought you clipped it in like that. I didn't know it just went straight through.
It just.
Yeah, I saw you do that, and I thought this part was gone. I was like, "Oh,
It's not fake.
None of us have done cocaine, Sophie. So we all have that bit.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Wow.
I was offered cocaine once
same."
Yeah, introducing our new
By my-
sponsor, crack cocaine.
by my crazy ex-girlfriend that tried to kill me's father.
It's like
Oh.
it's like
That speaks so many volumes. I got offered it at a fucking party by a dude I didn't even know.
You guys go to parties?
it's the
I
satanic
was
panic
like,
all over again.
"Oh."
It's just if you play D&D, you'll get addicted to drugs.
I'm addicted to snorting dice.
Well, if you play D&D, you'll get addicted to being happier than you are in a house full of bastards. So
No.
Serotonin.
I'm talking about Christian kids from the 80s. I'm not talking about us because I'm not going to assume that about any of your families. So anyway.
Christian
you
kids from the
imagine-
80s.
Can you imagine like
What?
Can you imagine like the poor confusion that Gary Gygax must have gone through when he learned about the Satanic Panic? He was just like, I made this game that's really fun for everybody to play. You can pretend to be like a soldier, or you can pretend to be a knight, and it's a lot of fun. And then like somebody comes along just like, this is satanic worship, and he's just sitting there like, what? I just fucking what? What?
Literally dressed as a witch. I am Satanism.
I used to have a copy of the Black Pope.
What's the Black Pope?
Read it cover to cover. It's the Satanic Bible.
Ah.
Oh, so you're saying there isn't a pope that's black?
I mean, there might be, but the book itself
be.
by Anton LaVey was called The Black Pope. And it was a very good read. The part where it started going into the rituals had a bloody thumbprint on it, and I lost the book. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, who knows where that could have gone.
Like, it's not in my drawer or anything. I don't know.
Okay.
Take my book, Ethan.
So,
It's in his book. Sorry.
I know this is weirdly off topic, but after D&D today, do you guys want to play more Jackbox? That was really fun last night.
That was fun, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I know it's probably pretty late for the Brits, but I don't want to keep anybody up, you know.
Yeah,
It
unfortunately,
was,
I have
it was Jackbox 3, wasn't it, that you said had the trivial one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Em?
Unfortunately, I have to work at 7 a.m. tomorrow, so I have to get up at 5 a.m., so it's like...
Okay, well, I'll try to move this along for you, Em. In any case...
No, I'm not going to be able to sleep anyway, so I'm already prepared for a full night without sleep because I still have insomnia. So, just
D&D all night.
So, where we left off, Dhuur'in met the captain, who turned around, and one eye was closed, one eye very much open and bloodshot, holding a pipe, and we'll start back up from the top. Well, hello there! Been quite some time since I've seen a drow come through. How can I help you, son?
You have a boat.
Of course, I wouldn't be much of a captain without one, would I?
No. Can we use it?
Wait, you actually want to go out into the loch?
Yes.
With the beast out there?
Yes.
Are you fucking mad?
Yes.
I'm sorry. You're straightforward. I like that. I like that a lot. Hard to find honesty among sailors nowadays.
Where is your boat?
What was that?
Where is your boat?
Oh, it's around. I'll take it to you in just a moment, but why exactly are you going out into the loch? You don't seem to be the fishing type. No offense, of course.
That's rude. I want
we
to
have
go.
a-
Is that not enough?
it's
We
none
have
of
a
your
letter.
business.
What? 3 people talked at once. I didn't hear.
What did you say, Dhuur'in?
I said, I want to go. Is that not enough?
Well, if you don't mind meeting your demise out in the loch, then I suppose I'm not one to stop you, but I'm not putting you on my boat unless if that's your intention, just to go out on some suicide mission.
I will survive.
We have a thing. We have a letter from your watchmaster. We're doing stuff for him.
Oh, is that
Just-
true? And he leans in, and his eye like bulges as he looks you up and down. And what exactly kind of business might that be, young lady?
Okay. She just started like pushing him away by the pipe. Just like we're doing some fishing for him. He asked us to try and help encourage the fishermen to get on the pond, lake. I don't know what this thing is called really.
A loch?
The loch. It's called the loch. He's asking us to encourage people to get on the loch, and if they see like a group of us skilled fishermen getting on the loch, hopefully people will come and join us.
Watchmaster Drac told you to go
Yeah.
fishing to improve morale.
Uh-huh. It's not a lie. I have the letter. Do you want to see it?
He kind of like moves the smoke around in his mouth a little bit, and you watch as like he opens his missing eye, and the smoke comes out of there, and then he closes it. Now listen, I may be a bit old, and my foot may talk to me every now and then.
Me too.
But I'm not a stupid man. He sent you to kill it, didn't he?
He could have just sent us to kill you, old man.
Be nice.
Ugh.
You can't kill me. I'm immortal. I've already tried, son.
Yeah, Gesh kicks him.
Be nice.
So, as you reach out to kick him in the leg, Gesh, there's like a kunk sound, and he just nods at you like, you probably should have kicked the real one. In any regards. So, tell me the truth. He sent you out to find whatever's been haunting and lurking around in the lake, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
let me tell you something. I seen it for myself. I did.
Were you the sailor that came up the first time anyone saw it?
Exactly. And I saw it with my own eye.
One eye. Yeah.
It was as big as my own boat, I tell you. Scales that glittered in the dark of the depths. Punched a hole right through me hole, it did. Haven't been out since. Been scared shitless too.
How do you have a boat if it punched a hole through your boat?
Boats can be fixed, lad. People, not so much.
Yeah, people, not so much.
Do you want to kill it?
I would have tried. But unfortunately, my body's not what it used to be. I was quite the sailor when I was a young man, but the years have caught up with me now. But if your intention is to go out and kill the old nasty, then I think you can use my boat for free. And I'll throw in some harpoons to make your trip a little easier. How's that sound?
Great.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Can we get on the...
You watch as like the captain licks the mucus from his face.
Ew.
Chaldore, aren't you?
That's not your business.
What were you saying, Ozla?
She was just asking, can we get on the boat now then?
He turns to look at you. Oh, of course. Let me take you to it. And he, as he begins to walk away, he kind of like walks with this limp, and you hear like a thunk every time his left foot hits the ground. And why am I still like doing the eyeball thing? God Christ. But eventually, as he leads you through the dock, he introduces himself as one Captain Drell, Drell, and he used to work for the Imperial Dwendalian Navy until an accident took him out of action and brought him to be the lockmaster of Trostenwald. But eventually, you kind of come to realize that, given his proclivity and his personality, Lockmaster of Trostenwald might be more of a title to keep him quiet than anything else. In any regards, he eventually does bring you guys to one of the docks on the far end of the Loch Ward, And I'm so tired of saying dock and lockboard. I'm so fucking tired of saying it. But he brings you to what appears to be a surprisingly nice trawler. It's about 15 feet long, thereabouts. And there seems to be kind of a compartment that you can go down into the bottom half of the hull. But it's a very long, very flat kind of ship, obviously meant to take in a lot of fish at a time. And he stops to admire it for a second. He's like, there it is. The heart of the seas. Isn't it magnificent?
Sure, whatever. Would you say that this creature is resistant to lightning in any way?
You'd have to talk to one of the bookworms at the library about that. I'm not much one for magical creatures of any kind. But all I know is when you put a harpoon in a fish, it dies. If you put a harpoon in something and it doesn't die, it's probably not a fish.
Right. How astute.
Thank you. I have a new word to look up when I go home.
Let's go.
I have a new word to look up. Ozla means, and she's like, has it been sailing good since?
Unfortunately, not on the open seas. Only around the Loch. And not much in recent days, if you can imagine.
Well, as long as it's a sturdy one, we'll just go then. Like,
Oh,
guys, can we get on it, please?
Oh, she's absolutely a sturdy ship. It's one of the best ships around. And he puts his hand on the railing, and it like comes away in his hand. Old wood.
Oz doesn't even know, and she's just like.
So you guys watch as Ozla races onto the boat, and he watches her go, just like, she seems to know her way around things. In any regards, you'll find the harpoons beneath the deck. There might be some little snacks down there for you as well, if you don't mind dried fish. I certainly don't. In any regards, do try to bring her back, eh?
Yeah.
Right.
Very well. Happy sailing to you all. What's up?
Before anyone gets on the boat, I want Fenkin to get off of Milo and sort of like look at him and then gesture towards the boat and be like, do you want to stay here?
Towards
Without using a spell, just trying to like communicate, like you want to get on the boat or you want to stay here.
Are you talking to the captain or Nilo?
Milo.
Nilo. Nilo kind of like, and then looks up at you, and then just.
It's your choice. And then he proceeds to get on the boat.
All right. So everybody's boarding the Heart of the Seas then? All right. So, Ozla, you know your way around boats, and immediately you can kind of like get a good idea of how everything around this ship works. It's a very kind of like basic sailing ship, and you guys kind of watch as immediately Ozla falls into her element, untying and retying things and getting things in order. Yeah. So.
I want to say as I'm running around, I go past Borga when I saw a star, and I turn back around and I grab his hand and I say, "Come with me. This will be really good practice for when you want to fish. You wanted to fish, didn't you?"
Where we and he follows. He follows you to where you're going, and he says, "I don't fish. Right? What?
You said you wanted to fish here."
Well, yes, but I think we're looking for a specific fish, right?
Yeah, but how else are you going to get a big fish to come unless you bring the little fish in first?
I suppose that's true. Okay. What do you recommend?
There should be some fishing hooks around here somewhere.
Give me a investigation check.
Investigation. I don't know why I'm.
She should have advantage. She's on a boat.
She should have advantage. This is her
She should
element.
have advantage.
Yeah.
I hope I
Yeah,
have
okay, I'll give you a van. Yeah, all right.
Okay, that one fell. 15.
Okay, so
Whoa.
kind of propped up against one of the railings, there is kind of a pair of more human-sized, like kind of fishing rods.
Mhm. Okay. How many are there? 4.
2.
2. Okay. She's probably gonna run over there and just like set Borg up against the side and start fiddling with one of them until she gets it like all strung up properly for him. And then she's gonna try and shove it into his. But as she does, she looks back and she's like, "Don't even you want to learn how to fish?"
I know how to fish.
Gesh?
I'm fine, thanks.
Fenkin, are you gonna be seasick again?
As soon as
Okay, me and you then. All right.
wait, hang on. Am I frozen for everybody?
Yes.
You are.
Well, I mean, I can't even see. You're buffering for me, so.
Hang on, let me see if I can fix this.
I gotta figure out how to fish.
There we go.
You're back.
Okay, so as soon as Fenkin throws up on the deck of the ship, Princess makes like a noise and scampers over to the stick and just starts to.
Oh, do you? Oh,
Get over here! Come on! Oh my god!
But at this point, Borgum's kind of like looking at the fishing pole, just like, oh wow, look at that. This is what they use to bring fish in.
As he's looking at it, she sort of like strings up about like a length, like a foot longer, like a bit of a foot, and digs around the bait and hooks it on the end of the fishing hook. And then she like swings it over the edge of the boat, not like dipping it in or anything. She says, "All right, then what I want you to do is I want you to roll the what's it called?
A reel.
The reel. I don't know anything about fishing.
Fishing?
You're playing a pirate.
And I have fishing
I also have never been fishing. I know nothing
We've all
about
been
it.
fishing except fishing. Pirates.
Pirate.
I know nothing about it. So.
It's called a reel. It's called a reel, Sophie.
I know it's called a reel. Sorry.
Fish.
I've fished in Minecraft once.
Not the
I don't know if that counts. So.
If you've never pulled the fish hook out of a fish's mouth, you've never been fishing.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah. I've
Okay,
done that.
all right, okay. So, Ozla, you're fucking around with the reel. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and she lays over the side of the boat and she tells him like, I want you to pull the reel back, and then
Okay.
in as hard as you can, you pull it back and throw it out into the ocean.
Oh.
That's called casting.
Don't go of it though. Throw it as hard as you can.
Okay, he kind of like watches your technique, brings the rod back, and dexterity.
Natural 20.
Sure one. Oh.
Hey, Borgum!
So you watch as like almost like a whip, the thread kind of like swirls behind him and is cast way far out into the water, like much farther than like a first timer should logically be able to do. But his stance and his form is just like so perfect that it just like launches out into the water and lands just several yards away. And he blinks like, is like that?
Yeah, like that. Fucking hell. Dude, how much muscle do you have? God.
I have been told I'm very strong. And almost immediately, the fishing pole starts to bend, like almost into a U shape, and he's just like, what's happening? What's happening, Miss Ozla?
He's gonna go over.
She immediately, like, her first thought is grab him, so she holds him around the waist and she tries to haul him back.
So,
Reel it, pull.
Yeah.
I would like Ozla.
Reel it.
Ozla, I would like you to make a strength check.
Yay,
shit.
what should we just let go of it?
I mean, athletics.
Come on,
Athletics check.
Oh, athletics. Okay.
You have
Oh,
to yank the line to hook the fish
and then you reel.
What? Whenever
I
it
feel
starts
like-
fighting you? And then you pull.
What is that? 20!
20!
All right.
My first real 20!
So, Ozla, in an incredible feat of brawn, as you guys are trying to pull whatever is pulling on your fishing pole, you actually lift Borgub up, who's just like, and you start to like haul both of you back. So you guys watch as like Ozla is just holding Borgub kind of like in the air as Borgub's like holding on to a fishing rod, and oh shit!
Oh, he's gonna lose it.
Unfortunately, he lets go of the rod. It slips out of his hand, and it right into the water, never to be seen again. And you guys fall backwards onto the deck.
Great.
She probably didn't see that. She's like, "Did you get it? Did you get it?"
Borgub kind of rolls off of you like, Miss, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It slipped out of my. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We got another go. There's another fishing rod here. You want to try again?
I think I'm good. I'm sorry.
Do we have a creature to kill?
I am teaching.
Mr. Kolbavar is right though. We should probably get to work.
Well, if you feel up to it, we can try again.
That sounds nice.
In the meantime, let's try and get these little fishes around here and try and get the big one.
As soon as you say that, Ozla, there's kind of like the sound of like a hiss, and you guys look around to see Captain Drell kind of like undoing the ropes of the boat. Ah! You're ready to cast out then!
Aye.
Alright then. Best of luck to you all! And with that, he puts one grimy boot on like on the wood of the boat and just pushes as hard as he can. And even though it's not very much, the boat does begin to lift away. And as the sail that Ozla set up kind of catches the wind, we will take a break.
Yeah.
Okay.